The subject of today's video is the abandoned research lab on Kreet. A relic of the infamous colony war, the Kreet Research Lab was once a prominent part of the United Colony's experimental Xenowarfare Division. 20 years on, and it's become a shadow of its former self, a derelict mausoleum, a shelter for piracy. Our goal today is to confront the leader of the Crimson Fleet crew that harassed us on Vectera and put a stop to this threat once and for all. Along the way, we shall be introduced to a few more of the game's core mechanics. These include companions, inventory management, a brief overview of our first ship, the Frontier, planetary scanning, and space combat. We'll also show you how to grav jump between planets and explore our expanded user interface. Introducing Harry Helllander, terrorizing the galaxy in his trusty ship, the SS Doodlebug. He is a force to be reckoned with. Armed to the teeth with a formidable arsenal of ballistic weaponry, an assortment of dangerous and addictive drugs, and a penchant for experimental recipes. Will the UC Vanguard be able to straighten out this wild child? Can Constellation give his life new meaning, a purpose? Will the Freestar Rangers accept his roguish ways, or will he die at the hands of the Crimson Fleet? Join us, and together we will find out. In this series, we'll be doing a full and in-depth walkthrough of each of the major faction questlines, as well as a thorough exploration of the core game mechanics, including starship design, outpost management, and crafting. We will also provide an extensive guide to each of the game's primary cities. My name is Nubbar Chief, and this is the Starfield walkthrough. So we have ourselves a ship. Now this is the Frontier. It is the first ship available in the game. Technically it does belong to the organisation known as Constellation, but they never really claim it back. So to all intents and purposes, it is now ours. There's not much we can do with it at this particular moment. So if we jump into inventory, you have these sections, and this section here is blank. Normally this is where the Frontier would be. From there you can access the ship's inventory, make any repairs need to be done, and also assign crew. But we can't do that yet. We will be able to do it shortly, so we'll cover that in just a bit. We've also got our first companion, Vasco. Now he is annoying as heck in true Bethesda's fashion, but he'll be quite useful for what's coming up next. And he
it appears you are the new captain of the Frontier.
Yeah, let's get away from him for a minute. He will provide damage support for some of the enemies, because I'm playing them very hard, as I think I mentioned, and at the beginning of the game, a lot of the enemies, well, throughout the game, the harder enemies are real bullet sponges, so he helps deal damage, although we need to get the kills if we want to level our skill up. Ballistics is what we're going to be working on. And we can also use him as an additional storage if we fill up our inventory. Now on the ship we have medpack and medpack Cinemas Alpha. These vary. It'll be a medical. Usually that is a medpack, but what else you find will vary playthrough to playthrough. Normally, once you are in this loading bay, if you like, you can access your ship's inventory. We can't do that yet, but we'll do that when we land where we're going. All we can really do for the moment is board, so we'll do that. There are a couple of things to mention here.
Harry,
oh, dude.
I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship.
I do,
As Barrett
yes.
likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
Are we done? Okay. Yeah. Actually, what he's talking about is he is available for crew, and as he just mentioned, he does actually increase the shield capacity of the ship, so he's quite useful to have on board at all times, even if he can be quite annoying. On the table here we have Barrett's personal slate, and I'm not going to activate that because it will start dialogue and it'll just interrupt, conflict with what I'm trying to say. But if you want a bit of flavour to the story, that is useful to pick up. And there's also another one in here. Basically, he issues a challenge to pirates. If in the event that he does get taken down and his ship gets captured, he just left basically a fuck you to whoever took it over, Crimson Fleet principally. And we have a toilet, not useful. There is a bit of food here, if I remember correctly. So I want to pick up the apple and the chocolate. So I think I mentioned in the previous episode of the introduction that we want to pick up all the food that we see, because when we get to the lodge, you have infinite storage. You can just store as much as you want. And it comes in handy for both research projects and crafting in general. So pick it all up. You have Digipick here, half-eaten sandwich, we can leave that where it is. All this stuff, impact driver and all the other bits and pieces. We're not playing Fallout, you can't recycle any of this, so just forget it, just leave it where it is. Any crafting ingredients that we need, we can either make or purchase when we need them. We are going to pick up the meal pack chicken, we're going to pick up the coffee bag. Coffee is useful for later on. We have the bread is always useful. Some gummy bears, because who doesn't like some sweets? Some ships do actually have a little kitchen area. The Frontier only has the research lab, research station. We're not going to go too far into this now. I'll just give you a brief overview. So as it says, the research lab lets you discover new crafting recipes by completing research projects. Each research project requires materials in order to make progress. The materials needed can range from raw minerals extracted from planets to organic substances extracted from alien creatures and plant life. To manufacture components that can be made at an industrial workbench. So obviously you have 5 sections. You've got pharmacology, food and drink, outpost development, equipment and weaponry. These are useful. Well, they're all useful. But we'll jump into pharmacology. So as you can see here, we need items. So you need 2 argon, 2 tetrafluorides, and 2 metabolic agents, or 3, none of which we have at the moment. If you do have research development, so sometimes you click on them and you get like an overflow and it'll fill up things even if you don't have them in your inventory, but that's, we'll cover that when we actually do it. But for now, we click on that. If we look there, it says, so the first thing you do is performance enhancement 1. This allows you to create amp and red trench. So these are both stimulants, so much like in Fallout, the drugs that increase your performance. Amp basically lets you run faster and jump higher. Obviously, it is a stimulant, so you can get addicted to it, but we'll talk about addictions and things when that comes up. Red Trench increases your damage resistance by a significant chunk, and also increases your melee damage. We're not melee build, so it's not that useful. The damage resistance is useful, but the melee damage is not. But we haven't got any of these ingredients for now, not enough. Anyway, so that's all I want to cover for that for now. Let's jump out of research. We have a bed. Now, the bed I do want to use very briefly, so we'll do that now. If you've ever played any Bethesda games, I'm sure you have if you're here, if you rest, you get what's called a well-rested bonus, which will give you an additional 10% experience gained on everything that you do, which obviously stacks with any other consumables that you can take to increase the XP gain. This will come in really handy when we start a kind of skill factor, if you like, when we do it into outpost building. But for now, it'll come in handy for what comes up next. We'll jump. You only have to rest for an hour, which is interesting. And you notice at 2 different times, you have 1 local hour and UT time. So UT time is kind of standard time, and depending where you are, you can rest. Like resting for 1 day can be many days elsewhere. It's useful when you're resetting vendors, that kind of thing. But we'll just rest 1 hour for now. As you see, you're awake and feeling well rested, and it also saves, which is handy. If we jump into our status screen, and again you press Y to enter status screen, you'll see we have the well rested bonus. This lasts for a day or 24 hours basically, and it gives us plus 10% experience gain, which will come in handy. Through here we have the cockpit. Alright, let's get through. We have other crew stations for when we do actually have a crew. And also the pilot seat. So, we'll enter that now, but we won't go any further just for a minute.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
Okay, so obviously from the cockpit you have 3 options. You can either exit the ship, which we don't want to do. You can take off, or you can get up and explore the ship again. Before we take off, I will mention, when we get in the air, there is a brief space tutorial, spaceship system tutorial given to you by Vasco, but it says you can skip it, but it's kind of annoying, and Vasco's talking all the way through, so it'll make it a bit hard for us to do. So I'm going to do here, we'll put a cut and we'll jump to I'm going to do, I've prepared my own tutorial in a ship without, you know, free of the burden of crew talking in the background. So we'll cover that, and we'll also cover the basics of space combat before we get into combat ourselves, which we'll do as soon as we take off. So I'll rejoin in just a second. Okay, so let's have a quick look at our starship. Heads up display. The bottom left corner there, you can see there are 6 systems available, the first 3 of which are weapon slots, which are in our case lasers, ballistics and missiles. We also have a slot for engines, shields and our grav drive. The grav drive you use to jump between planets as well as other systems. Now I've powered everything down in the interim. Just so we can power up each slot individually as we talk through them. So the amount of power available, I should mention, is actually dictated by the size of your reactor, which in our case for this ship is a B-class reactor, which means we've got 22 power slots available. They start from about 16 and go up to mid-30s, I believe. So the Frontier that we're going to be using next is pretty weak ship. It's a starter ship, basically. We jump back out. So what was I going to say? So the amount of power you can slot into each of these systems is dictated by the quality of the modules attached. The gain is dictated by your reactor and your ship class. Now, I should say that you can swap between each of these systems with your D-pad, whether you're left and right. There's a power system up or down. You can press up or down on the D-pad. Now, this is all covered in the tutorial in-game, but our companion Vasco talks all the way through it, so it's very hard to do it this way, so I kind of thought it'd be easier to do it this way. This is not exhaustive, this is just to get you up to speed with what you can and can't do with the ship. We're not going to have many options available at the beginning, but we'll be jumping into combat pretty quickly, so it's good to get a handle on it early. So lasers, we'll power up those first. Lasers can be activated with your right trigger. This is a primary weapon slot, so Lasers basically are used to whittle down shields on starships when you are in combat. And they're the first thing you do, because you can't damage a ship until you've worn its shields down. So you always want to have lasers on your ship, because you want a good amount of power put into those whenever you are in combat, because they're really going to get you started. Now, if we jump to the next slot, ballistics. It's a second weapon slot. So this is our left trigger on your control pad. There's a power it, so it'll help weapons in that bar. If you do it kind of steadily like this, you can kind of fire constantly. So you could theoretically fire both these and lasers all the time, but your ballistics really is to damage the hull. So once you go to the shield, you want to damage the hull specifically, and later on we'll be able to target specific systems like the engines of a ship if you want to board it and whatnot. So yeah, the next slot is missiles. Missiles in our case are the third weapon slot, so you can use those with the Y button on your controller, whatever you're. I'm not sure the button's called actually, but yeah, on an Xbox controller it's the Y button. Missiles can actually do pretty significant damage to both shields and hull, but they're only really useful once you've locked onto a ship. We can't lock onto anything here because there's nothing to lock onto. But basically, once you've got a ship in that little central reticle, you can press A and lock on. You have a little timer. Once it's locked on, you're then good to go with the missiles. And later on, obviously, it becomes handy when you want to target individual systems, as I was saying, ship systems. So let's jump to engines. Engines, a lot of the time in combat, you only really need one in the engine slot because you don't want to be too quick. You really want to be more maneuverable. And speaking of maneuverability, if you see on the big circle in the center, and you can see there with your left stick on the controller, you can kind of move up your thrust to either increase your speed or reduce your speed. In the middle there, in this white spot, this is kind of maximum maneuverability for the engines you've got fitted, and it's irrespective of how much power you've got in your engines. Okay, so obviously you put up more, you get more boost, and it recharges quickly, things like that. To boost, by the way, you just press in the left stick. Yeah, but the more power you've got in the engines, the quicker your boost will recharge, and obviously your top speed will increase. But as I said, in combat, you don't actually want to be going that fast unless you're trying to avoid missiles. Let's talk about shields. As you can see on the bottom right, shields are offline. That's because there's no power in the shields. You can also see my hull has had it because I was in combat before this tutorial on another. Yeah, it's an older save. So obviously, the more power you put into the shields will be more shield you have. So at the moment we only have 33%. Put it all the way up, and boom, we have 100% shield. That's pretty self-explanatory. It goes without saying that in combat or pretty much any situation, you want as much power in your shields as possible. A, if you're in combat, you need your shields, and B, when you jump between planets, sometimes you jump into what we call a hot landing zone. Sometimes there's other things going on. There's not a huge amount of space flight in this game unless you want it to be. Like the main quest line, if you start all of the quests, you don't really need. There are certain situations where you can, by all means, and if you want more space combat, you can certainly go looking for it. We are going to be working on spaceship design and that side of the game, which is why I want to cover this now, because we also want to start upgrading our ships early, because what I learned in my previous playthrough, especially my Let's Play, is that if you don't level up your ship from the beginning, you're going to get wrecked in combat. So, but no, this is on the tutorial. So, Grav drive, well, this is pretty straightforward. Actually, no, keep the shields powered up full. So we'll just show you how to do that. We won't need, we'll talk about the Grav jump a bit later on in this video when we actually jump between planets. Alright. So that's that. As I said, when we jump back into the game, we'll have Vasco talk you through a tutorial, and it says you can skip it, but you really can't, so I don't understand what's going on with that. But let's jump back into the game. Okay, so we're back. So hopefully you've learned a little something, but if not, you're going to get hands-on experience right now. So we're going to take off. So you press and hold Y. Boom. And up we go. Now I'm going to switch out of view. I find the cockpit view a bit disconcerting, so you press select on your controller.
Now that we are in orbit,
you have
to test all controls and systems.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
They are not on the verge of catastrophic catastrophic failure.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems, and we'll be on our way.
Okay. So, talk through here. You can use the directional pad on your controller to select ship systems, and then up and down to allocate power. And we've already discussed all this, so we're just going to skip that. And it says you can skip the tutorial, but I've never really been able to do it, so I'm wondering if we could just drop the engines down to 1 and put stuff into the Grav drive, and I think that'd be enough. We don't want anything in the Grav drive, I will say that much. Technically, we just want lasers.
Each system on a ship requires power. Allocating power is under your direct control.
Yep.
Let's go over the engines. Engines control our maximum speed. Try increasing and decreasing our relative velocity. A ship's engine has a sweet spot for better handling during turns. Draw your attention to the HUD. You'll notice a speed indicator in the lower left with a gauge that goes up and down as you adjust the throttle. Try to center the gauge so that it lines up with the center of the vertical bars to its right. Boosts can be engaged for temporary bursts of speed.
Let's go. I hate this part of the game. I really do. We done?
Let's turn our attention to the shields. Try adjusting power to the shields. Notice more power increases their strength. Shields protect the ship from hull damage. Without a hull, will be vaporized. Shield health is displayed in the lower right. Hull damage is below it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think my tutorial's a bit better than that. It's just frustrating. It says you can skip it. I just don't know how you skip it. You always have to go through that bit. Right, now we're about to get assaulted by...
Adequate.
Alright, let's go shush.
Familiar with ship combat tactics, because that's a Crimson Fleet ship.
So what we're going to do is just start firing immediately, lock on, wheel down the shields.
We will need to disable their shields.
Yep.
Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective.
Just hammer him down. Oh, wait, where are you? Come back.
If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can log in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain.
Got him. So let's see if we can loot the ship. These guys basically drop.
Congratulations on surviving your first
Dude, be
Starship
quiet.
assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Fly close to it before we can access the remains.
Companions. So right, as you can see, we've got nickel, uranium, and ship parts. None of which, well, the ship parts are useful. They're expensive to buy, so it's always handy to have some so we can repair ships on the fly. We should get another 2 ships to attack us now. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see.
2 more Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
There we are. So let's just hammer them straight away. Down. Oh, we're getting mullered. Okay. Yeah. That didn't go as according to plan, but it's okay. Base combat can get quite intricate later on when you got bigger ships and more enemies, but for the moment, this is pretty rudimentary. Wait. Oh, wow. I wasn't going to cover this till later on. Huh. Huh. Well, alright then. So we have a second ship. So this... Okay. Alright. Alright then. Okay. Okay. Now this might not happen to you in your own playthrough, so we'll cover this, but it won't be a... That's an unexpected surprise. Alright then. So what we have to do... We have to take on... kill any surviving crew members, and then we basically get the ship. Whether or not we can fly it is another conversation, but yeah, wow. Was not expecting that. Alright then. Let's, going down? We're going up. Going up. Fill the ladder. This is much easier when we have a boost pack. We don't have any of those things yet. And we will level up at least once during this video, but we're going to save the skill points. And the reason I want to do that is because we want points to put into piloting and targeting control systems. Basically, so we can start upgrading our ship pretty much since we have some money. I learned in my previous playthroughs that a lot of people will say that starship design is an endgame project, but I just... Shit. Alright. Fuck. Alright. She's... Man. That's just not what I was expecting. Gotcha, right. We should get some of our ammo back. Not a lot though. That's really... Modified maelstrom, that's handy though. This is good, but Space Adept Solstice. That's laser. Oh, we don't use laser. That's probably why she's doing so much damage. We need to get some maelstrom ammo. Alright, well then. We have a ship. Okay. Yeah. Don't count on this happening in your playthrough. Until you get targeting systems, basically. When you jump in here. Until you get targeting control systems, this is a crapshoot. Sometimes this happens, sometimes it won't be. What basically happens is, once you can target individual systems, as soon as the shields are gone, you can target the shields with your missiles and just take them out. The engine, sorry. We need to check their cargo hold because a lot of pirate ships have contraband. Captain's locker, credits, ammo, leave the iron. It's got fuel rod, monopropellant. There's no contraband. As if otherwise, when we get to New Atlantis, we'll go to prison, which is less than ideal. If we can even fly this ship, we might not have enough piloting to do it. It depends on the military. It does depend on what level this ship is, because the ships are graded A, B, and C when they're reactor type, and we can only fly pilot A's at the moment. I'm paranoid about the contraband though. It's really valuable, but until you can shield your cargo, as soon as we land in New Atlantis, we just get arrested, which is, less than ideal. Right, let's... Well, this is an unexpected tutorial. I wasn't expecting to do this, so... Awesome. We won't be able to use it to register. We won't have the money to register it right now, but anyway, let's... We got our own ship. Jesus. Well, okay then. You have commandeered a new ship. If you land on a planet or grav jump to another star system, this ship will become your home ship. Any quest objects or passengers in your previous home ship will be transferred to your new home ship. Alright. Let's do it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to undock. Just too excited. Right, so let's undock. We now have two ships. It's sometimes useful to do this because you get access to parts that you don't normally have. Oh, what fuck? Didn't want to do that, did I? What just happened? I want to be on that ship. Where did the Crimson Fleet Ghost? Where is it? That one. this. Yeah, this is not something I prepared. Why can't we get on it? What the fuck just happened there? Well, let me jump back. Do we get an autosave? Autosave Crimson Fleet Ghost, yeah. What just happened there? Oh, we're gonna have to do this bit again, alright. Okay. Well, this is totally unexpected, so let's, do we have any? We haven't got any damage resistant stuff yet, have we? Bollocks. Alright. Well, we'll just have to do the work again. I'll do a hard save this time. We'll just have to kill everybody on board. That captain was tough cookie though. Fuck it, we'll just have to do it. Yeah, so this will hurt us when we get where we're going. She's got different stuff. Oh, pilot holder's rating pack. That's useful. Alright, we'll keep that one. And all the other stuff is the same. Credits, ammo, yeah. Let's see if it lets us actually do it this time. Okay, so let's undock. Yeah. It's absolutely fucked. It's got some engines on it though, isn't it? Don't worry about the ship. Once we get back to home base, that will come with us. We've got no engines, of course. Huh. Alright. Okay. Let's loot the last things we wanted to do. There we go. Alright. Okay. Now, let's look at the star map. So we don't have the frontier anymore. That's too funny. What has this got on it? It's got some mad... It's got no missiles. No ballistics, but it's got missiles. Interesting. Now it says it's worth 42,000 there. It won't be worth that. When we sell it, it'll be worth about 10 or maybe 8. But in order to do that, you have to register it, which costs most of the money. You don't get a lot of profit out of it, but this might make a useful base to make other ships on it. What reactor has it got? We can't look at the moment. It's got 3 crew. Interesting. That's it. Very interesting. All right, let's look at the star map. So time is wasting. Time is wasting. So travel between the stars, zoom out to see the entire star system, zoom out again to see all the stars in the settled systems. Plot a course by selecting the star system you want to travel to. Your ship can only jump so many light years at once, so distant star systems may require you to jump a close star first. Yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do at this point, you notice this is Vectera. So we're in orbit of the planet we're at, and what you can do, if you notice, say show resources, if you press LB, you can scan the planet. And you'll see all the resources available on this planet, and not all of them. We can on this particular planet, but normally there will be some hidden ones that you can't see until you've leveled up your scanning or in the science tree. But now you'll also notice down here it's got an extreme environment. That means we can't actually we won't be able to build an outpost here for quite a while, because that requires significant investment into outpost building technology, really. Coming handy later, but I would encourage you to always scan a new planet when you get there, because once we start leveling scanning, it'll come in very handy. But it's a good habit to get into, just so you learn with resources, because we will be covering outpost building in this series quite extensively actually. But that's my suggestions. As you begin exploring on your own, you might find your own optimal setups. Okay, so it's always worth learning. I've scanned a lot, but I don't have any exhaustive knowledge. There's so many systems in this game. Anyway, now if we press the back button, you can back out to the system. This is the whole Narion system. Now if you back out again, you can go system to system, but we don't want to do that. But if we press it again, we'll actually press, if we click on the Narion, yeah, jump back. And we want to get to, with Vectera, we want to get to Kreet. Okay, so we're going to select that. We can't scan that yet because we're not in orbit. So what we're going to do is press X to set, make it a travel destination, sorry. And then we're going to boost there in our knackered old ship. I can't believe we got one. You can't normally do that until you have targeting systems. That's funny. Good luck. So, yeah. The walkthrough's already broken, sorry guys. Again, scan Kreet. Now Kreet is actually quite a useful place to build outposts on. As you can see, it has water, helium-3, iron, lead, and argon. These are all very useful resources to harvest. It also has alkanes, silver, and neon, which you can't see yet. You have to level up scanning to do that. You'll see it has very strong magnetosphere. It's temperate. Gravity is 0.5 G, so you can jump around pretty quick, pretty high on there. Most importantly, what else is there? There's marginal life. So there's yeah. We'll get to that when we land. We'll show you that. Let's stop talking now, but let's just get there. So let's highlight the research lab and let's land. You now have a new home ship. Your previous home ship has been added to your fleet. To retrieve ships in your fleet that you have left behind, go to a ship services technician at any major city and ask to view the ships that you own. From there, you can cycle through the ships in your fleet and select make home ship to retrieve it. Gotcha.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
That's once we get to New Atlantis, obviously we'll switch back to the frontier because you can't rely on being able to get the ship. I'm just doing it for the shits and giggles because I just didn't believe we get it. It looks ridiculous. I couldn't believe we got that, but anyway, let's exit the ship. Ammo has been decimated. Now what I would do at this juncture is talk through a couple of other things. So we got some new items, did we not? Modified maelstrom. I'm going to favourite that. Slightly better than what we have, but the rest we're going to get rid of. I'm going to equip that. Fuck it, look at that. Obviously, you won't have one of these, but whatever. It's my work, I'm going to do what I want. So let's get on. Does this have anything useful in it? No. Yes. There we go. So we've met back. Now, what we want to do is from here. Because if it goes, if you click on that, one of your ships is unregistered, you must register the ship before you can modify or upgrade it. I got that, okay. What we can do, though, however, is access the cargo hold, which I want to do. It comes with a lot of crap. I think there's a lot of this we inherited from another ship, didn't we? Got a few ship parts. But I want to do, sorry, I should have explained that. If you click your shoulder button, the left LB, you can flick your own inventory, and what we're going to do is store all the stuff we're not using. So we've got 4 maelstroms. We don't need 4. In fact, we don't need any of these. So we get rid of all of those. We're going to store that. We don't use the melee, so we'll keep what we've got. We're going to store that. Where do we pick that up? I prefer what we're wearing anyway. I actually want to equip this because this looks a bit ganky to me. Anywho. Yeah. Let's do that now. We've got nothing in our inventory. Let's equip that. So let's jump down to. Let's put that on. It just looks better. It looks like a gangster, doesn't he? So this is Kreet. So first.
The abandoned research facility is in this direction.
All right. Come on, dude. So, first thing you want to do, if you've got wildlife, I'm going to kill that. That's what I want to do. Waste bullets, you must say, but I don't care. And what we actually want to do, if you go into your scanner, as you can see, it says scan creatures, minerals, and plants. Each unique item scanned progresses your survey data off the planet. Created survey data can be sold for credits. They're actually quite lucrative, in fact, later in the game. The scanner mode also unlocks additional features such as building outposts and using social skills like diplomacy. We will deal with that in a bit. I'm going to scan this. Skip. I'm going to scan these two. Is it kill him with a gun? You can kill him with the cutting tool, but anyway. I also want to scan up here. This thing. You get experience for that. As you can see, they're 13%. You have to scan a few of them to get it. And we're not going to spend too much time on Kreet. You can explore the whole planet. If you if you jump to surface map with LB, you'll see there are various sites of interest that you can actually travel to. Obviously, the only one we're going to is the Kreet Research Lab. Let's see. I didn't scan these, did I? Or did I? I did. Okay. Now, up ahead there is Kreet Stalker. This thing is a force to be reckoned with. If it comes at us, they burrow under the ground, it kind of appears. So what we want to do is get on the high ground and let Vasco do the majority of the damage, and we'll try and just nick the kill. I am going to harvest silver. It's quite rare material. It's the only resources we're going to pick up because it will, requires a bit of legwork. Get out of a gun. What I would suggest is do a quick save just in case this thing mangles us. We should be fine, but on the off chance we're not.
We must defeat them.
Alright, it's not burrowing. No, it is. There we go. That's the scary part. Because it'll just appear.
It is a shame exploration requires
There it is.
so much bloodshed.
Gotcha. So the toxins and the fiber tissue, these things are pretty tough. It's eating into our bullets. Nice, we've got the scope. If you haven't got the scope, don't worry about it too much. We can just use the basic.
Be careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable.
Yeah, I'm dangerous and unpredictable too, my friend. Just let's press on. You notice when we're sprinting, uses up oxygen. When you run out of oxygen, when you run out of oxygen, your CO2 meter starts to fill up. When the CO2 meter fills up, you start to take health. The game won't let you die, but it will be dangerous if you're low on health in a combat situation. So keep that in mind. Later on, when we get to outpost building, you'll find you're going to be running out of oxygen a heck of a lot. Right, leave all the other. We don't need the other ingredients. This is the Kreet Research Lab.
Crimson Fleet is a confederation of smaller independent.
Is there? Let's take a note up here. I always just double check. I don't think there is anything. No. Every time I do this, I always make the same mistake. Anyway. Oh, speaking of, actually, well, Vasco's here. Let's talk to you. Vasco, dude.
While I am programmed for combat,
We can trade
how can
gear.
I be of assistance?
So he has an inventory. He's got an additional 135 kilograms of mass if we want to get overburdened. Because we're going to try and pick up everything. The idea is we want to build a nice backlog of money for when we get to New Atlantis, A, for some shopping, and also to start making upgrades to our ship. We're going to turn on the lamp with, or the torch on our weapon with press and hold LB. We're going to get our gun out. There's a few bits and pieces down here. I don't remember what's what. Just take it through as slow as you like, really. There are lots of things to find. Well, they're not here, apparently. Well, we've got the med packs. That is good. We want those. We waited a lot on that ship, our new ship. I can't believe we got a ship. That's so funny. It only happened to be in one of my other playthroughs. One of the many playthroughs I did. Fuel container, we don't want those. Lubricant, we'll take that. Typically speaking, we're going to try and leave most of the crafting materials unless we see something really rare, but lubricant is always useful to have. We're going to need it for upgrading weapons. So let's head to the lab. What I'll do is do a quick save. We'll be safe for a bit, but just in case. Let's get moving. So, maybe the last day is. Read that in your own time. We're just going to pick that up. I forget, some of the books are quite valuable. I forget which ones are which, so I generally pick up everything I see. There's an NPC we find later on that you can sell books to as when we choose, so it's always worth picking them up. Some of them she doesn't like, so I always forget which ones are which. Sealant, we'll take that. Yeah, sealant is up there with lubricant. It's one of the most useful ingredients we can pick up. So, bad jokes, take that. Lethal board games. Typically, much like with any Bethesda game, you want to pick up, you want a high value to weight ratio for any item to pick up. Try to pick up the weapons and the armor, because they're generally the spacesuits. Typically speaking, they're worth quite a bit, so it's always worth keeping them. What am I doing? I said take it slow. I'm going too slow. I'm taking a piss. There is a heat leech jumps at it. There you go, little shit. Ow.
I believe you would consider this victory cause for celebration.
Yeah. Vasco got him. We lose experience when he gets the kill, but it's not the end of the world. Got that. I don't think we need it, but okay. We'll take the toxin because it's useful for making amp and other bits and pieces. And we're going to need some for research, so we might as well get it now. Obviously, as our inventory gets fuller, we'll have to be a bit more selective, but let's pick on that. We're running solo on ammo, though. This is not good. What's that one there? Well, like chunk by chunk? No. Where am I going? And then he's looking for food. Ammo. 7.77mm caseless ammo is the most common. That's the ammo we're going to want. So eventually we're going to want to get ourselves a Grendel. We should get one here. The Grendel's an assault rifle like what we've got, the Maelstrom. But it has ammo is much more abundant. Because all of the spaces have been counter, as well as the Crimson Fleet. We also have Digipix. These are a fixed drop, I believe, in the credits. I think you'll find those every time. A medpack. I'll start rebuilding our medpack supply. That's good. Check how much. I haven't got much ammo for this either. Shit. Right. Well, have to make do. Make sure everything's full. You don't want to be running out of ammo in a combat encounter. It's kind of bad. Nope. What's I looking for? We're going to be reading all the research terminals here because it's quite a funny story unfolds. Interesting flavour. Oh, is that credits? I'll take it. Collect double. I think that's booze, isn't it? Notebook. History of xenobiology. We'll take that. As I mentioned in the introduction, this place was quite pivotal in the war between the United Colonies and Freestar Collective. This is the home to all their Xenowarfare, all their research happened here. So these Kreet stalkers we saw outside are actually they used to fight. They controlled them, used them to fight against the Freestar, which is kind of crazy. But that story will unfold as we read, so you'll find out. It's quite entertaining. I think I'm getting this room mixed up with another one. No. Did we not miss it? Did we not miss a terminal? I'm sure there was one in here. No, maybe not. Nope. Okay. I went through this whole area this morning, but apparently it went straight through my brain. I just forgot all of it.
What's going on here?
Get med packs. Again, these, I think the med packs are fixed, but the farmer kits will be. I'm not 100% certain. Might want to check that. I can't remember what I got in my previous playthrough, but it's not always fixed. I know that much. I'll take the food. But what I mean is, you may get different resources to me. I'm not sure. I think the med packs are permanent, but I'm not sure with those ones. But we don't need anything yet anyway, so we'll take the full food spice worms. That is a fixed drop. They look disgusting, but we'll take them. If we need health in a pinch, we'll take the beer. This here's plus 50 damage resistance for 3 minutes.
Faint signs of life in the area.
Yep. Well, we can hear them talking, dude. Like, no shit. Yeah, this place is obviously infested with Crimson Fleet. So there's Synth Ham, just here to take that. Synth Meat. Take the sparkling water. Yeah, there's guys in this, so I think in the interest of safety we'll do an emergency quick save.
Please avoid getting shot.
I will try.
You might die.
No shit. Hope you'll do some of the work for me. It'd be nice.
Heavy fire over here! No mercy! I told you to keep your head down! Not done yet!
That's a melee. Vasco can
I can't see!
murder her. Get a Vasco. Alright, I'll do it then. Might actually want to take that axe if we run out of bullets. Oh, we should get... Oh, he's got the caseless. He's got a Grendel. Cool. So we're going to equip that in another slot. You might not get one of those, so just keep that in mind. But you probably won't waste all your ammo in a ship trying to capture a spaceship either. So yeah, I just can't believe we did that. It's amazing. I love this game, I have to say. There's so much to it. Mochi, resource 5 that we can use that for crafting. We will be utilising a lot of the recipes in this game. There's all sorts of fun things you can do. Let's vending machines, obviously 75 credits. This is kind of random what I'll give you, but we'll take some orange juice hopefully. What do we get? Boom pop reactor there. Don't waste all your money on there. Let's just demonstrate. It's laser. So why don't I have the bullets that I need? What we got? We'll have to use the Grendel from now on. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight getting through this area. Vasco's gonna have to do a bit of legwork. Are these books? No. Yeah, Vasco's gonna have to pull his weight. Because take some antibiotics straight off the toilet seat. But they're safe. There's some milk again in the lavatory. I don't know how sanitary that is, but we're gonna take it. That is a fixed drop, by the way. That's always there. Let's go. Go up the stairs. I feel like I'm missing a terminal. I wanted to read the story. Alright. Vasco's in the way. We have to keep going forward. This is more like it, right? Yeah, things didn't go quite according to plan. Bleak Hattle, we want these. Interesting.
One more time!
Heart. Heart is actually really useful. You might not get that though, but we're just going to explain it since we do have it. So this increases your damage resistance by 200%, 200 for 2 minutes, and also plus 20% oxygen for 2 health for 2 minutes. That'll come in handy for some of the combat encounters. So, but we might not. Yeah, so you might not get that. So don't rely on it. There's spiced worms. What else do we have? Yeah. I'd really appreciate it if you got out of the way, Vasco. This is the first terminal, I believe. So, this is interesting. So, new beginnings. I can't believe it. I got the posting. The United Colonies Xenowarfare Division is now official. I can't even imagine the amount of red tape they had to cut through at mast. But it's long overdue, and I get to be a part of it from the ground up. My official title will be Associate Xenobiology Technician, and I ship out in 3 days. Amanda is upset, but I assured her I have plenty of leave, and we'll be back in New Atlantis at all the time. I'm still not sure where I'm going. Definitely somewhere in the United Colony space. Guess I'll find out when I get there. We got our first extraterrestrial candidate today. What appeared to be an alien form of Luciage Venusta. essentially a giant spider. Mickelson, full protective gear, attempted to attach the neural control interface, NCI. Sure. Our security detail is trying to remove him from the cocoon. Still trying to... That didn't go well then. And we had no choice but to put down the creature. A minor setback. None of us expected success on the first try. I heard Dr. Paulson tell the others that the detachment of United Colonies Marines is scheduled to deliver another creature next Thursday. Ashta specimen. I'm not sure how they managed it, but the UC Marines actually managed to bring us an Ashta. It is not that the Ashta is a terrifying beast and a natural predator. Those are both exceptional and wonderful qualities, and essential to the work we're doing here. It's that the Ashta is a native to the planet Aquila in the Shane system. Aquila, home to the Aquila City and capital of the Freestar Collective. Leave it to a group of ground pounders to grab a candidate right from the enemy's backyard, though it does beg the question, have Freestar Collective scientists managed to weaponize their greatest natural predator? If so, a timetable just got accelerated. Trial failure. Any fears that our Freestar Collective counterparts have managed to weaponize the Ashta have been completely dispelled. After the Mickelson debacle, we determined the NCI should only be attached under full sedation, so that wasn't an issue. The problem started immediately afterwards. The Ashta proved incredibly resistant to synchronization, and we never achieved control fidelity beyond 47%. Dr. Shin's arm was nearly ripped off in 5 minutes into the first trial. Jesus Christ, it's dangerous. In short, the Ashta simply can't be controlled, if not by us, then certainly not by the Freestar Collective. Dr. Paulson has been in touch with Colonel Kasarov. Looks like the Marines will have another species collected and dropped off by this time next week. More disappointment. Another creature, another failure. No fault of the UC ground pounders. We wanted a predator and they delivered. These things are so alien. Paulson had a difficult time deciding on a designation. Opted for Reptans Venenum. Shame we couldn't properly seek the NCO. These things would have been spectacular, especially the poison. Don't know what they are. New specimens. Marines dropped off another few specimens off this morning. Totally unscheduled. Best way to describe them? They're arthropods. The alien equivalent of Homerus gamerus. Basically giant space lobsters. I think these are the ones that we encountered outside. Very promising giant space lobsters. I'm not entirely sure where the UC grunts found these particular test subjects. Some godforsaken backwater rock, I imagine. After the third or fourth unsuccessful trial, I stopped asking. None of those earlier species could be controlled with any reliability, as noted in my earlier logs. Their natural aggressiveness made them effective weapons, but a bullet is less useful if the gun keeps turning itself on the shooter. True story. But these new creatures possess a perfect natural disposition, non-aggressive, even docile, and yet capable of defending themselves with deadly efficiency when threatened. And when they do go on the attack, they're terrifying. So we'll see. Relocation. We're moving, packing up shop and transitioning the entire operation. It's happened so fast, my head is spinning. The work on the arthropods has been successful. It's been so successful, we're actually relocating to their homeworld. That'll be Kreet. This is the station, I believe. We'll have an unlimited supply of creatures for the Xenowarfare Division. I've been named Senior Xenobiologist. That means I'll be running the entire facility. My first instinct was to tell Amanda. I'm still not used to her being there. I'm going to guess their relationship didn't work out. I'll give Mickelson credit. The guy really went to bat for me. He let the mass brass know that it was my work tuning the neural control interface that was instrumental in controlling the arthropod. I guess Paulson is being forced to retire. Good riddance. Alright. This is quite interesting flavour. So, what's I looking for? So, we're looking for ammo, food. This is interesting. So that's red harvester. Sometimes you find naan bread underneath here. That's not a fixed drop. And this is UC battle meal. Yeah, those are great. They increase your carrying capacity and also quite a chunk of health. There's a safe here, so we'll talk through lockpicking in just a sec. Blue Lab outfit. We want this because this increases, as you see, it's got a 5% chance of research sudden developments. So that'll come in handy when we do start using the research. We'll explain that when we get there. So, what I would recommend is you do a quick save. Lockpicking is not difficult, but it can be a bit finicky sometimes, so let's jump in. So, fill in all the open slots in every layer to open the lock. Select a key and rotate it until it lines up with the gaps in the security layer. Slot the key to fill it in the gaps. Each key can only be used once. Yeah, so this is not an exact science. Go that and see where we get to. Alright. Well, that worked first time. There you go. So we get credits and we get Synapse Alpha. Cool. That you can pair that Synapse Alpha actually pairs very well with the outfit we just picked up. If we look down. So these research projects require fewer resources for 10 minutes. So that's actually fine. It works very well. Also with another skill, we have research methods. So this reduces the amount of items needed. So that's pretty cool. Do that. I think that's everything in this section. So we're moving on to the next section. Yeah. I'm gonna press on. This video is dragging on a bit. I didn't think we'd be catching that spaceship. That was pretty unexpected. So don't worry if you don't do that. It's not essential part of the walkthrough. But alien bug paperweight, that looks cool. I'm gonna take the chunks choco, a chocolate flavored chunks food cube, sealed for fresh. Now that sounds minging, but I'll be honest with you. But we'll take it. We use it for research purposes, or maybe a snack when we're on the flight back. This is a UC battle meal. As you can see, I didn't show you these before properly, did I? So it restores 20 health, but increases your carry capacity by 8 minutes. So if you're overburdened, it'll give you a bit of a boost. And also, most food only restores about 3 or 4 health, but they restore a huge chunk of health. So a few of those stacks up. Bandages we got. Ammo, laser cartridges. I don't know. Oh, this is fixed. Okay then. So we get more ammo. We get an Eon. And we'll get a Grendel. We've already got a Grendel equipped, so we don't need that. We can sell that one. Pick up the battle pack. Yeah. Alright. Cool. Forward. So this is blocked off. It's, I don't know what happened back there. Looks like a miscellaneous storage cupboard. They just stored all their shit in there and it's broke the door. Right. Before we get any further, this is where the enemies will be. So we won't go in there just yet. We will. The explosives. We get shotgun shells. That's not fixed either. We're going to take that chunk choco. Alright. We do get the drop on these guys. So we're going to crouch. We can't sneak. I don't know why. We don't need to crouch. It will increase the accuracy. So.
Warning, damage received.
Oh no. No. Oh, level up. Cool. Alright. As I mentioned earlier, we're saving the skill points. Shush. But what I want to do is do these two together, piloting and target control systems, because we can level them up quite easily in sync as part of one of the quests we'll get to.
This location.
Yeah.
You're done.
So there are more enemies out there. Keep that in mind. There's one up here. It'll start shooting us when we get too far in. And there's one behind here. So we'll deal with the enemies, then we'll go back and clean up.
We're in over our heads. Go!
Take the ammo though. We're gonna need that. Cool. No. We'll kill everybody first. Move, dude.
Peace is no longer a viable option.
Yes, bring it.
Try and get headshots when you can, because it'll stun them and also do a lot more damage.
My head.
Alright, there we go. And we leveled up ballistics. So we got ammo, chunks, cheese, pick up the Grendel. See what I mean? All the spaces and most of the pirates have these. So we'll come back and clean up. We're going to go down and read more diary entries and some other bits and pieces. There's some more ammo. These guys are. Wait. Is there another dude? Oh, I thought we killed them all. Where did the other one die? Interesting. Okay.
In combat, Barrett often yells, "Detection of enemy has dropped unexpectedly. Begin search protocol."
Oh, you do that. You do that. I thought there were 2 we killed down here.
I am no longer detecting.
Oh, you were the melee one, that's right.
activity in this area.
Okay. Let's go. Argon, I'll take that. Don't need it per se, but we can store it on the ship. Coffee bug, don't need that. What are those things? That's Terramorph leg, isn't it? Terramorphs, so I should say this is where the Terramorph escaped from. we get to that bit in a bit, but when we entered, you heard the pirates were listening to a playback video of this thing escaping and killing, murdering everybody. This is where it breaks out of. You see, everything's just absolutely mangled. So it's got a cafe, that's food. Nothing of note. Right. Chunks and injector, I'll take that. What do you have on you? Fiber. Got the weapon case. We get a solstice. It's a laser pistol. We don't use. We're not really going to be using lasers in this playthrough, so that's not something to worry about. But we do have the research service. We can read that. Project Pet Shop. My staff and I just arrived this morning, and I'm not surprised to find the facility completely operational. As usual, the United Colonies spared no expense. It's all very exciting, inspirational really, knowing you have the full support of the decision makers. I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that the lab is a closely guarded secret, located in Freestar Collective Space, no less. What we go where the work takes us. Xenowarfare is the evolution of armed ground conflict. We know it, and the Freestar Collective surely knows it as well. Forget what the calendar says. This is 1942 all over again. We may as well be the Manhattan Project, racing to create the game changer before the other side. So to that effect, I'm overjoyed to officially announce Project Pet Shop Phase 1 is a go. So things are heating up. Arthropods. The arthropods are, in a word, incredible. Calm, easy to work with, and they even allow themselves to be fitted with the NCIs without much trouble. Synchronization has thus far been nearly instantaneous, and their control fidelity has remained in the 95 to 97% range. They passed all environmental survivability tests as well. Hot, cold, low, or no oxygen. I'm pretty sure these things could operate effectively in any environment. Most promising is how well they've already integrated with the Red Devils, who have joined us for a period of extended training. After all, they'll be leading the creatures into combat, so it's critical they establish a war bond. So the Red Devils were like an elite unit as part of the UC Vanguard. They're like the SAS, if you like. And they were obviously integral in training and handling these aliens. So it's kind of, it's very interesting, very interesting. Success. After months of testing a variety of extraterrestrial species, I'm overjoyed to report that we have finally found a species that will serve as the backbone of the United Colonies Xenowarfare Division. The arthropods are everything we hoped for and more. Imagine a pack of alien beasts suited to any terrain, capable of instantly obeying any command. I've designated these beasts Obedientes Pez, but we just call them stalkers. As I said, we killed one of these outside. I think it may be finally time to crack open that bottle of Chateau Avignon 2170. Red Devils. The Red Devils' progress with the Stalkers has been nothing less than amazing. Now I see why they're so highly regarded in UC military circles. None of the rah-rah-rah bullshit you see with the regular grunts. These are focused professionals, see, SAS. After another week of training here in the pet shop, I'm confident they'll be ready for a live test in the field. Mixon suggests I contact Colonel Kasarov and find out where his Marines grabbed that spider from the early trials. He wants his comeuppance, but then it would make for a good trial. Alright, that's that. Let's get up. Shit, time is pressing on. This is going to be a long video, man, but... Did he not notice all of his mates killed? Anyway, so funny. Smelling the vending machine, what do we get? Chunks beef, yum. That just sounds delicious, doesn't it? Beef in its cube shape. What could be better? It's full of beefy goodness. Beefy chunky goodness, in fact. Nope. What do we have? Nope. That's a big ass notebook. Let's look at it. Encyclopedia. Sparkling water. Okay. Some complicated squiggles on there. Looks like that's... Yeah. I'm no physicist. I'm sure it means something. Issue credits and heart. Oh, excellent. We're having a good run this time. Sometimes they just have worthless crap on them. Sometimes it's food. Sometimes it's nothing. If you don't get what I picked up, don't worry. You don't need it for this particular walkthrough. But wow. Anyway, sealant. There's another weapon case. So we have an Equinox is basically electromagnetic gun. It's a laser. Again, no use to us, but it might be useful to give to one of our companions. Not Vasco, but when we get others, they'll come in handy. So we have a medpack there. I think that's a fixed drop, or whether the medpack itself is fixed or not, I'm not sure with that. There will be something medically inclined in there. Medically inclined? Do I mean that? I don't know. These will explode, don't they? I guess if we'd been less efficient with our combat, that wouldn't have gone as smoothly as it did, but we were, and it did, so... What's he got on him? He's got a heart. Oh man, 3 of those! Jesus Christ. That's coming really handy for upcoming episodes. We're going to pick up everything here. These, they basically give you enough to make some stuff, because there is a research lab here. And we're not going to make anything, but we'll just demonstrate. As we jump into home, we have antibiotics, bandages, so we can make bandages. But basically, I don't really use these very often. They're kind of something you can, like, bandages, heal paste, the kind of things you build, you craft to use as ingredients for the higher tier stuff we haven't got yet, if that makes sense. We haven't, yeah, we'll show you that when we get there. We won't be crafting this episode, put it that way. So, this is a sketchy looking bathroom. Is that about that? It looks like a shower. It is a shower, isn't it? Yeah, sketchy. Take the nickel. Don't need it. Probably should have picked it up. But whatever, whatever. I do not give a fuck. Let's go. More enemies. Let's quick save.
Hold them off here while Brogan sets up on the roof. I'm on it. No one's getting through. Gonna take you apart.
Oh, they're up there. They should jump down. We're going to need Vasco to do some of the heavy lifting here because our ammo is not... we haven't got lots.
He's ringing! That was close.
Where is he gone? He was dead.
I do not feel pain, but I hear it is terrible.
You'd say that. Right, where'd the other one go? I've got some ammo. Where did that other piece of shit go? I will clear out all these rooms in a minute. Is he back here somewhere? No, did he run upstairs? Maybe he ran upstairs. Into one of these rooms? Sealant. As again, sealant is quite useful. Let's... Vasco! For the love of Christ, dude, fucking move. That's one thing I've always hated about Bethesda games. We'll clean up the other enemies in a minute. It might be just more efficient to just burn through here while we're down here. I don't want to have to double back on myself, so... Wait, no, we came in this way, you pillar. Let's go through. So, quick save here. Some more lock picking again, just in case it gets pear shaped, because it might. That'd be useful here, maybe. Go this far. So what do you do? Pray that this gets us through? Nope. Alright. That didn't go according to plan. Okay. But that's not going to work on the next way around, is it? No. So we're going to need that one maybe to get us through. Should we do this maybe? Man, I hate these locks. Come around. Let's go. I guess worse. Yeah, lockpicking is not an exact science. I'm not the best at it. I'll be the first to admit. See. Oh, for fuck's sake. that work? No. Oh my word. I'm not the best with the locks. It gets easier once we've got some skills in lockpicking, but we don't have any at the moment. It just gets worse and worse, isn't it? I'll use you. Let's go with that one. That gonna do it? Yeah, there we go. We'll just save scum my way through. I don't judge me if you want. I don't care, but I'm sure you do the same thing. But yeah. Right, there's another terminal. Save, more lockpicking. Augmentation mine, we won't really use those, they are quite valuable to sell. It's Vasco, how did he get? Right, let's read this quickly. Headwinds terminal. War. We're at war. By establishing the colony of Vectera, the Freestar Collective have forced the UC's hand. The unmitigated Gaul, thinking they could establish control over a fourth star system, such a flagrant violation of the Treaty of Narion. Our diplomats tried to resolve this peacefully, but the Council of Governors wouldn't listen to reason. Apparently they claimed that Vectera was not a colony, but rather just an insignificant farming outpost. Nice try. By all accounts, the Red Devils and Stalkers worked in perfect unison, and the results were everything we could have hoped for. No Red Devil or Stalker casualties. Vectera's defenders were apparently taken by complete surprise, which greatly contributed to their fatality rate, 93%. This is a great day for the Red Devils, a great day for the United Colonies, and a great day for Xenowarfare. Note, no, it's not lost on me that this classified facility is actually located within Freestar Collective space. So goes the great game. Hypocrite. It's finally time. After a number of successful missions with the Red Devils, the Stalkers have proven to be exactly the weapons we had hoped for, so it's time to expand operations. MAST has finally approved the next stage of this facility's operations. Project Pet Shop. Phase 2 will now commence. Sounds ominous, right? We've officially stopped working on the Stalkers. There are enough creatures in the field to serve the Red Devils who haven't been here to train in over a year. If they need more, we can easily gather some from the planet and fit them with NCIs. From this point, our focus is Phase 2. Heat leeches. Throughout the settled systems, from civilized worlds to backwater bush towns, pilots have had to deal with the nuisance known as commonly as the heat leech. I had my own unpleasant experience 4 years ago at the New Atlantis spaceport. My transport was delayed while the deck crew removed a few of these filthy things from the aft thrusters. They're attached to heat, feed off through the same endothermic process. So thrusters are the perfect place for them to hide. They take a full afterburner burst, no ill effects on the heat leeches, that is. A ship with an infestation can generally expect a 3 to 5% drop in thruster efficiency. Working with the heat leeches has been an interesting, if not entirely satisfying. We have 11 of them in the lab, and by all accounts they are completely innocuous, save for their heat siphoning properties. But what if there were a way to weaponize them? To artificially enhance their heat siphoning to completely and instantly disable a ship, or even better, somehow reverse the process so that they transfer their own heat into a ship someday. I fear they'll lack the means to either. Someday. Today, I fear. We lack the means to. The heat leeches are relevant later on. We find out more about their life cycle as we progress through the UC Vanguard questline, but I won't spoil that for the now. Yeah. You don't have to do this, but I just find the extra flavour interesting. Because people say there's nothing to do with Starfield, it lacks depth, and I'm like, I disagree. It's everything I expect in a Bethesda game. You know, the places you explore, there's things you can discover, there's things you can read. It's fascinating to me. Yeah, the lore of this game. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's quite a deep game. CG generated stuff on the planets sometimes can get a bit tedious. I agree with that. It can get a bit repetitive. I mean, but on the whole, there's a lot to this game. A lot. We'll leave that. We're going to make a lot of those later on, so we're going to be using those to build our XP up. So we're going to leave that. We're going to take the toxin though. Let's say they come in handy later on. I'm going to have a swig of tea. My mouth is dry. Yum. Okay. Cold tea is my favourite. Okay. Recording over an hour. This video's... Yeah, this is a lot... I really hadn't anticipated taking over that ship at the start. That ate into a lot of our time. Yeah. Alright. Nothing else here is no. feel like I'm missing something. Maybe not. I actually missed that lab coat in my practice run, which is kind of interesting. I thought it would come up a later part of the game, and I thought I just missed it, but this is Hayden Wynn. This is the guy whose journal we've been reading. As you can see, things are not end well for him. I'll take the credits. And that's his final slate. We'll read that in just a minute. Let's let you know, we'll do it now. No, we won't. Read the computer. So, we'll find out what went wrong. So, Terramorph specimen. Thanks to the UC Marines, we now have the second piece of the puzzle, a fully grown alpha predator. According to a research group of astrogeologists made first contact nearly 100 years ago on some remote moon, the creature didn't appear to be indigenous and was alone. There's currently no record of how it got there, so it was sheer cosmic chance that the astrogeologists found it, or rather it found them. Scientists were quick to categorize it as Otisio Machina, roughly killing machine. The UC Marines tasked with taking it down chose a simpler name, Terramorph. I read the official record once. Of the 8-person squad, only 2 of the grunts survived. One of those 2 lost a leg. Such an exciting time to be in Xenowarfare. You will eat your words, my friend. You will eat your words. Today we fit the Terramorph with the NCI. If our experience with the grunts first dropped off the creature is an indication, our station window will be around 15 minutes. We better make them count. And now if you read this.
It's loose. The Terramorph is loose. We can't stop it. When we tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist. Wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted.
Well, you didn't, did you, sunshine? You reap what you sow. Quick save for the... This is gonna work. Yeah. Right. I think this is gonna be a better fit, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, I was lucky. 27 caliber bullets. Alright. More technical stuff. Right, we have very
I'm
through.
detecting a safe nearby.
Yeah.
We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics
We
and
have-
a disregard for personal property rights.
They're all dead, dude. No one cares. Right. Smell. Okay. Sparkling water, and we have case of ammo, explosives. There are some digipics on the floor here. The scientist, a very wealthy scientist, and we have Dr. Wynn Emergency Slate 2.
You're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the Terramorph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming. God.
Did it to yourself, my friend. Right, so we're going to save again. Just we get to the save. Could be the one. Pretty straightforward for once, okay. So we have 7.77mm caseless. We have credits. We have modified Eon. It's got a suppressor on it. Very nice. Very, very nice. We'll keep that because that's a rare mod. Go up the ladder. Let me just... I want to just double check something before we do that. Yeah, so I didn't miss it. There is no lab coat here. Where we Where we found that other lab coat, that's where you need to pick it up from. So I missed it in my practice run. Okay. It's just notes to myself there. Okay, so what do we got? How's our carry weight looking? Pretty heavy, but not overburdened. Okay. Notebook. Oh. So we have med packs, synapse alpha. Ooh, exterminator coachman. Rare shotgun. That's going to be handy against aliens. Keep that. 3,000 credits. Case of shotgun shells are really easy to buy as well. So the coachman isn't the best shotgun in the world, but its ammo is abundant. We'll leave the ripshank. That's just cheap as shit. So before we go through here, this is where the pirates will be to confront. The pirate leader is outside with a little squad. You have two. You can either fight him or you can try and persuade him. It's an introduction to the game's persuasion techniques, mechanics, I should say. So we're going to take that option. I would recommend a quick save because it's not always an exact science. Let's go.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands?
And with Constellation, you need to stop attacking our ship.
Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That Constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons. But the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship.
Right, let's go and see the persuade.
You're not talking us out of this score.
Right, so to persuade a person, you need to make a successful. You need to make successful choices. Choices can range from kind words to distraction to threats. This will depend on your persuasion skill and whether you have any intimidation perks, things like that, that comes in a social skill tree. Also, you can use wine or certain stimulants will increase your charm. And you can wear outfits, but we don't have any of that at the moment. So each choice has a difficulty. The higher the difficulty, the greater the chance that the choice fails. But the more points you'll earn when you succeed. You have a limited number of choices you can make, but you can never fail if your last choice succeeded. So, yeah, this is not... Yeah. In my practice run, I failed it a few times. Not every one of these you'll pass every time. It seems to be luck. At the bottom there, you can see you've got 4 bars to fill on the persuasion. We've got 3 turns. If you get a successful run, you get... the numbers on the left correspond to how many points of persuasion you'll get. And if you get one correct, you don't lose any goes. Let's just fucking threaten him. Fuck him.
You don't scare me.
You sure?
Can't believe this. There isn't any treasure. We've been trailing that old Constellation ship for nothing.
Yep, you're a loser.
Get out of here. Take your robot and your ship and get out of here. I see you all again, you're dead.
We should now be free to travel to Constellation.
Well, that was easy. Easier than I thought it would be.
Headquarters without
Yeah.
Crimson Fleet interference.
That seems to be luck how that happens. Don't rely on that. I recommend the quick save method because you might fail a few times. If not, you have to kill them all, which might be a goal, but it still can be a bit of a ball ache. The only other thing we want to do is get to the top of this tower. And there should be med pack here, and there's always a weapon case. What weapon we get, I don't know, but we'll find out. So we've got a Grendel and some cases of ammo. 8 bullets is a bit stingy for an automatic rifle, I'll have to say. Let's look at this. It's a bleak place, isn't it? Look at those vents. I love what they did with the new text, the update, because it's really made the lighting moody and atmospheric. This game is so pretty. Let's get down. So basically now all we have to do is fast travel to the ship, but I think we'll cover that in the next video. Because, yeah, I think we covered everything we want to cover in this video, and this video's gone on quite a long time. So, next stop, New Atlantis, but we'll cover that, as I said, next video. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.